down to a 1/2 horsepower all the way up to 3 horsepower motor.
I mean, I was using for 4 speeds. It was water, but
Yeah.
it's the last time I was using 4 speeds. It's not water.
No.
I don't know why.
All right, so let's turn them all up. Let me just look out here real quick and make sure.
It's maybe
It's
out
stopped.
here.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you don't stop the pumps, they have so much suction on them that you'll never be able to get that lid off.
Okay. Please check if you this opening, it's everything is good.
Yep. So this is really a once a week deal or a visual check. You look in there and you see that it's got a ton of stuff in it. And you don't have to get them perfect. I mean, you're never going to get it all out. Yeah.
And what about the filters? It's no filters there?
Yeah, there's filters in the filters are in this in these tanks here.
So will you show us how to clean them or?
Yeah, it is quite a chore here because we'll do that right now.
Okay.
So stop the pumps, both pumps. Okay. So we're going to shut both pumps off. These valves right here, we have to isolate one filter. It doesn't isolate it when you backwash it itself, so you have to isolate one. So this valve handle here, if you spin that this way, it shuts all the intake water off going into this filter right here. So all the water is now going to be going through this filter. So what you do, this valve handle right here, it's in a lock position this way. Unlock it, lift it straight up, lock it back in so it can't go down. And then all you have to do is just turn one of these pumps on. So we'll hit speed 4, start. All this does is reverse the water flow in the filter and knocks there's filter aid that gets put on here, this right here. This is why.
This is the filters?
This is the powder that goes in and coats the filters in there.
Okay.
So when the pressure goes up, you backwash it and it's like starting with a new filter. You add new of this in there, and it's like having a brand new filter. It's not anything you'll never have to take them apart.
Because it's the filter? Because it says that it's the filter.
You got it.
So we don't need, I got it. And how we need to put that stuff in?
I'll show you how we put that in as soon as we backwash.
Okay. And how often we need to do it?
Every other week.
Every other week?
Yeah, if you have us do the bi-weekly, you'll never have to do this.
Okay.
Okay.
And did you bring the stuff, the price list and everything?
Yeah, I have all that in my truck.
Okay.
So you can go over all that. So you let it go about 30 seconds or so, 45 seconds. And then you stop it. Put this back down in the filter. Start it again, let it run for about 10 or 15 seconds. And then stop it one more time, put it back up, and you only have to let it go about 25 to 30 seconds this time. This just ensures that you get everything off of it.
Okay, it's every 15 seconds you need to start and stop.
Yeah, the first time, so you stop it, close that valve there, put it in backwash on this valve. Turn it on, let it go about 45 seconds to a minute. Then you stop it again, put it back down in the filter, and turn the pump back on, let it run about 10-15 seconds. And then you stop it again and backwash it one more time to make sure that you get all that stuff off of the grids that are in here. And then now we're done backwashing this one. So what we can do is, what I always get in the habit of doing on situations like this, always open the valve that's shut before you close the valve that's open. That way you don't deadhead the pumps. You know what I'm saying? Because if we have both of these shut, it's not, no water's going to be able to go anywhere. So we'll open this one.
To open another one and then?
Yep. So now we're going to backwash this filter.
Okay, it's different.
Yep. Yeah, so you have to do them each individually. You can't do them at the same time. And it doesn't matter what pump you use.
It's all together?
Yeah, because it's all going to go to the same place. I just only use one of them when you backwash. Doing the same thing here, we let it go about 30, there 45 seconds to a minute.
It's leaking. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be like that, or?
No, I'll fix that before I leave. Okay, so then we stop. Back down in the filter. Start it for 10 or 15 seconds. What makes this one confusing is the valves.
Yeah, it's upper.
Yeah. So there's our 10 or 15 seconds, so we stop it. Back up in the backwash.
This is one, it's just round. It's
Yeah, so we'll set
but this
these.
is only 10.
Yeah, that's the older. We'll set this right now because we know these filters are clean. We'll set this to so wherever the needle starts at, we'll put this green needle, and then when it gets to the red one is when you should backwash it, or every other week, whichever comes first.
Okay.
Okay, now here's the tricky part. So we now have, it doesn't, but we're gonna leave this valve off.
Okay.
Okay, this is how we're gonna add this stuff. We're gonna turn both pumps on speed 4,
Okay.
and then we take, this should be pre-measured 6-pound bags. So take one bag out with you. We just
Okay.
go out here to one of the skimmers out here. Skimmer, it's gonna go in through the pump, and then it's going to go into the filter and coat those grids in the filter.
Okay.
So, but what you need to do is you need to leave one of those valves shut back there. So all this is only going to go into one of the filters at a time.
Okay.
Okay.
And when you put something in a skimmer, should you take that thing off? You put just in the water, because I put a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I
mean, you
put
take that-
inside.
Yeah.
I should to take it off.
Yep. Yeah, so anytime we add DE or anything like that,
Yeah.
we're going to take this out and just sit it here.
And what about the tablets, the chlorine tablets?
Now, here's the thing with the chlorine tablets. Mr. Cheney, the owner of the house previously, when the guy you guys
Yeah.
bought it from, he was okay with us putting chlorine tablets in the skimmer. The thing is that those pumps run 24/7, which you need them to run 24/7 because of the size of the pool.
On what number?
I would say, let me see what the speeds are,
Okay.
and we'll figure that out. What we need to do though is tablets can go in the skimmer, but the problem.
You mean in a what or in that sink?
Yeah, hold on. I think one of those pumps shut off.
You put,
Because that's going to give us the most flow through this pool that we can get.
When I put something inside,
Yeah,
inside the
anytime you're adding D, like you saw, it went down
Yes.
to speed 2 and the suction went away and it wasn't pulling the stuff in there.
Okay.
So I would probably say let's run them on speed 3.
All the time.
Yeah, that's going to give us the most flow. Those pumps are so energy efficient that you're not going to, you might spend $50, $60 a month to run both of those pumps. If they were just normal, pool pumps, you'd spend $250 a month to run those.
So, and this is energy efficient.
Yeah, they're the
So
best.
like additional $50?
Yeah, they're the best pumps on the market. I mean, how to think of it is a pool pump is the second highest energy user in your house other than your air conditioning unit. So with those being the variable speed, they're super energy efficient. That's
Really?
why Mr. Cheney put them on here, because they're top of the line. I mean, there's nothing better than them.
Okay.
You guys bought quite the professional athletic house. I don't know if you guys know who lived here.
Yeah.
JJ Hardy lived here, and then before Mr. Cheney bought it, Mike Mussina lived here. And he was a pitcher for the Orioles, and he went on to pitch for the Yankees. And that's what he's the one that built this gigantic pool, was Mike Mussina.
It's huge.
This is the biggest vinyl liner pool I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's gigantic. I've worked here 16 years.
Это он все в одну бросает и пускает, чтобы она вот так вся выходила.
So about the chlorine tablets, do I need to put them inside of this?
Yes,
Okay.
but here's the thing. We have to make sure those pumps run all the time.
Okay.
If the pumps aren't going to run all the time, we need to put what we call a chlorinator back here. Because what can happen is if the pumps are off, Mr. Cheney was okay with doing it that way because he ran them all the time. My professional recommendation is we need to run them all the time because of the size of the pool.
Okay.
So we can turn all the water over in the pool at least one time a day. If we do that, it's not a big deal to keep the tablets in the skimmer. But if we shut those pumps off for a long period of time, we need to pull those baskets out because what can happen